The whole reason I document and do this channel is to help transgender girls. Part of that is by opening up my life to you so that you can see some of my experiences in flux, in transition, the good and the bad, everything. This next story is going to be a little bit of that. My sister and I were sitting in a restaurant, Subway, $5 footlongs, and anyways, we're sitting there discussing after we had a bike ride how my family is not accepting of my transition fully. And there's a lot of skepticism and there's, bad reactions by certain people, including, her husband. And all in all, just discussing very hard, very harsh topics in the middle of sometimes this very emotional topic of me mentioning that I'm trans and everything else. But during this, there was a man who sat down directly behind my sister who was facing me. And he continually kept looking up at me while my sister and I were in the middle of conversation and kept making eye contact with me. And I made eye contact back. I can't imagine not doing that just because I felt like he was looking at me like, oh, this is a tranny and how dare her, be the way she is. And I'm thinking these thoughts like he's just thinking bad things. I'm like, you know what? I'm not backing down. I'm going to look right at him as he looks at me. I'm a fighter, I like to fight. I don't like to fight, but I like to fight back if I have to. Anyways, back onto the story. I'm sitting here doing this, talking to my sister. This gentleman finishes his meal. He stands up and puts his remaining trash into the trash can. And mid-speak with my sister, he comes and stands next to the table and says, "May I interject?" And my sister and I both look up at him. And I'm thinking to myself, oh my goodness, what is he going to say about me being a tranny? And I need to repent, and I'm choosing a bad lifestyle, and whatever else he has to say. And I'm thinking, great, here it comes. And he goes, I just want you to know that I think you are just wonderful. And he reaches out his one arm and he wraps around me and gives me a very warm hug. And he goes, I really think you are. And he's all, and I wasn't able to see you. And he turns to my sister over that direction, but I think you're lovely too. And he walks away, leaving us with a smile. And here I was having a very emotionally tense conversation with my sister. And this gentleman knew I was transgender or transsexual. And because it had been mentioned numerous times in the conversation as he sat there. And the conversation was loud enough in that small restaurant to know that he heard it. And it was amazing. It was just simply amazing. Somebody I didn't know. Somebody I didn't know could feel my pain. And I heard that conversation and felt the need to come over and wrap their arms around me, or his arm around me, and tell me he thought I was just wonderful. If they're angels, It was like getting a hug from an angel. Here I was thinking, and he was thinking bad thoughts about me. Who knows how many times I was thinking somebody was thinking bad thoughts about me and they really weren't. It's only fair for me to give somebody a fair shake, if that's what I expect them to do for me. I need to give them a fair shake and not think, that they're thinking bad thoughts about me. Because I may not be, and this gentleman clearly was not, and it was amazing. It was an amazing moment in my transition, and I felt so accepted and so loved, and I would be amiss if I didn't take a minute or 5 minutes, and right now 50 seconds, if I didn't take that amount of time to tell you this story. We never know what people are thinking about us when they're looking at us. They could be thinking wonderful things. And there's good things that happen in transition. We just need to stay alive long enough to receive those good things.